welcome back to Mike Yourself. In this week's video, we're gonna kind of do a little bit of pre-work for a much larger project that we're gonna do on the 2007 Road King. So what is that pre-work I'm talking about? We're gonna make some speaker pods out of Headlight buckets. Let's check it out. So how are we gonna do it? Headlight bucket. So this is your standard 7-inch headlight bucket. It is large, okay? And the reason why this one is big is because we're gonna be putting in some 6.5-inch speakers to these buckets, so you need that extra size there. Depending on your project, you can use smaller headlight buckets if you're gonna use a smaller speaker. So you gotta figure out what you want, what, you know, how much the impact of the look means to you or whatever it is. And, you know, we'll take a look at it once we get it on the bike to better understand what it is we're talking about when it comes to the size. For now, let's talk about how we're gonna actually mount a speaker that is much smaller than this hole into this bucket. So I just wanna start off by saying I didn't come up with this on my own. I did some research and I found out that some guys out there use this method to create speaker pods, and I thought, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. So I got myself some generic 7-inchers off of Amazon, and you wanna make sure you get the ones that have this like post to stand off on, because that's going to be important for mounting this onto the bike. They have other versions that won't work, or you'll have to find a different solution, but yeah. Now the problems are, you've got a large hole in the front, you got holes on the bottom, and you got this large hole here on the back side, and there's two different versions. You can get one with a hole like that, or you can get one where the post is drilled out, so that way you can string your wire through that. Preference. It's all about your preference or whatever. So let's talk about how we're going to get this thing mounted in and what we're going to put into it. We're going to be using Diamond Audio's 6.5 carbon fiber cone speakers in the front of our Road King. These things look friggin' amazing. They are 250 watt RMS with a 750 watt max. The important number is always your RMS, right? That's what it's going to perform at a constant level. So that's what you really want to take a look at. And I believe these are just 2 ohms. So again, keeping it loud. Less resistance means a little bit louder, right? So let's take a look at these speakers, and I promise you, you're gonna love that. Look at that. That is friggin' awesome. So check these out, diamondaudio.com. Use promo code MikeItYourself at checkout, and you'll save yourself 10%. Let's go ahead and let's see how we're gonna assemble this thing. All right, we're gonna cover the simple solution first, and that is the big hole in the back here. So of course this is made to be mounted that way, so that way if water did get on your headlight, it doesn't fall into the hole. We may most likely end up mounting these things upside down, which means water would absolutely get inside of this thing and get in behind the speaker. And you just don't want that water sitting in there, because it's water, right? Metal, speaker, yeah. Even though it's marine grade, you still just don't want that water sitting. That's not good for you. So there are a couple of options you can go with. You can do something like this, which is a collapsible, or I don't know what you want to call it, grommet. So you just kind of spin off the backside and work it in there. Now it sticks out quite a bit, and that's the thing that I don't really care for. So we're going to use a little simpler grommet that's kind of similar to this. Now the problem with this grommet that's on here, or this hole opening, is it's not a perfect circle because of the mount here. So they've kind of goofed it up. So you're going to want something that's able to be kind of molded a little bit. So we're going to get some rubber grommets that will allow us to pass through that wire and keep, it's going to be water resistant. It won't be waterproof. All right. So just want to let you know right up front what we're going to do for that solution. So as I had mentioned, we need to figure out kind of this rubber grommet situation here. So I got this kit from Amazon, and you get like these, I don't know what cone style ones, but the one I was really after are these guys, because you can cut a small slit in them to make it only big enough to what you need, and really helps out make things, like I said, water resistant, not proof. So hopefully we get one that'll fit in here. That looks like that'll work. Now I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to pull the OG one off of there. Yeah. So we're gonna have to remove this guy. That was pretty easy. And I'm not sure if we're gonna have to loosen up these screws in order to get this to go in there nice and flush. We'll see. There you go. So it's on there. I debating if I want to unscrew these so I can get it underneath and then pinch it like it was before, or just leave that as is. I don't know. Kind of your choice, I guess, right? Because the reality is I don't think it's going to be perfect. I'll just have to kind of think it through a little bit. It's got a bunch of screws there on the inside, and then I may just throw a bead of silicone on it so that way it just helps it keep the water out. And then it comes with a little cutter. You can cut your hole as big as you need it, and that'll allow you to get your wire to pass through. So pretty simple solution. I think this kit was like 16 bucks, and you get 15 different sizes, and I forget, like 32 pieces. Yeah, the only other solution we need to figure out is these drain holes. And yeah, I don't know. That might just be a dab of silicone just to block them, because I think these are going to be hung upside down, so we don't want that to get through. Now we're going to talk the actual mounting of the speaker. So with the headlight bucket, you get a tab at the top, and then you have tabs on the bottom where your screws are going to go through. So you kind of basically hook on there, slide this in, put your screws in, and that's what holds it all in place. Your speaker, of course, cuts right through, right? Just not big enough. So the solution that I've created, and I will say I didn't see anybody else do it, so maybe I'm the first, I don't know. But what I did is I created a 3D printed ring to be able to mount that in. I used ABS plastic to mount it black, so that way it just kind of all blends in. And this will allow us to go ahead and install that speaker. Now, I did have to make a special accommodation for that tab here. So what I did is I cut out a notch from the print job. So I used that, I cut that out in the CAD software. So that way I have a little bit of space for that to clip in and not hit this. This is about 18 millimeters in thickness. I don't recall what the inner diameter is or the outer, but I'll put those in the description so that way you have that information. But essentially what this will allow us to do is, gotta put my tab to the back. Okay, mount it in. Does it move? Now we're gonna throw some like sealant on the backside of that just to help with keeping water out. And then our speaker will mount just fine. So all we have to do is drill some holes for our screws, and we can put our speaker cover on and we're set. So it's a pretty simple project. Now I will say that it doesn't go without a little bit of work. And to put things in perspective, like how much work did it take for me to find that 3D printed solution? I had to print all these different versions to figure it out. I went real small and simple just to get the measurements down as far as like the circles go. I had to look at thickness. Then once I got the thickness nailed down, what I found was that it was hitting because of that little notch. So I literally just used a grinding wheel to cut this down a little bit and figure out kind of what it was I needed to get my final solution with that notch cut out, right? So one of the challenges we're gonna have is when we drill the holes for the speakers, Your interior of your 3D print, depending on how you choose to infill it, may look honeycomb like this, and that generally doesn't make it super easy when you drill holes. So we're gonna have to just be conscious of that and figure out what the best solution is. We may have to go kind of the way of putting a nut on the backside, and that way it holds it in place with some washers, just to make sure we don't get a sloppy mount, if that makes sense. So enough of that said, let's drill some holes and get this thing bolted up, and then we'll put it on the bike and I'll show you how we're gonna do that. There we go. We've got our ring in, holes drilled out. You want to be careful, don't be cranking down on it because it will break. It's, just 3D printed ABS, but it's strong. It's plastic, right? You don't want to crank down on plastic. And then we've got our screws here for the headlight bucket, so this thing ain't coming out. We also are rocking the Diamond Audio speaker covers for the 6.5. These things are awesome looking. I'm loving how these things look, man. That is dope. It just really complements the speaker, the black carbon fiber. That's a pretty sick look. So let's go test fit it on the bike. The wiring and stuff, I mean, you're wiring a speaker. There isn't really anything to that, so we're not going to cover that in this video. But I do want to show you kind of what this looks like and how you're going to mount it and what you're going to use to mount it. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's two ways to mount this thing on this bike. You can mount it facing up or facing down. If you try to mount it up, what you run into is if you have passing lights, you're going to hit those, right? So that ain't going to work. And most vehicles, if you look online, it's the standard is to mount it here, and you want to get it at the right angle so that way you're not hitting your foot on it or anything like that. So the way we're going to mount it to the bars is we're going to use the clamp from our highway pegs. So this, we already know, fits around it perfectly. So we can put that through. You want to make sure that the hole is big enough for the headlight bolt to go through, because some of the highway peg clamps they don't have a very large hole. So make sure you got the right one for your setup. And then you can use it in the forward position to move your speaker this way inward a little bit more, or if you want to push it back, you can do that. Just be aware of where your stuff is so that way you don't end up knocking it. So we're going to try having it there and just kind of take a look at what it looks like. All right, so there you go. I got that area covered up because, like I said, we've got some major work going on with our audio system, doing an upgrade. But here's our speaker pie that we just made. And like I said, it's big. So I wouldn't go any bigger than a 6.5. That being a 7-inch speaker headlight, I don't think you could get an 8-inch woofer, of course, in there. I think that wouldn't fit. So if you were trying to get something to add a little bass, I don't think that would be really ideal or whatever. So that's how you're clamped on. There you go. Easy and cost-effective solution. All right, guys, simple solution for, I think we're gonna get way more bang than the buck that we spent, right? As I mentioned, if you're interested in the products that we're showing here with the audio, we got great stuff. diamondaudio.com, cernvega.com. Enter in promo code MikeItYourself. You save yourself 10%. Can't go wrong there, and you get an amazing product. With this solution, 7-inch headlight bucket, a 3D printed ABS adapter ring. Don't forget your little notch there, and you get a successful product for your bike at a fraction of the cost of what an aftermarket setup would cost you. And like I said, from what I saw in my research, I'm looking at $400 to $500 for a set. And for these, you can spend the buckets themselves. For both buckets, it's about $100. And depending on what you choose for your speakers, you can keep that cost particularly low. You can keep it super high, whatever it is. But at least you have the power to control your spend, and you're not stuck with whatever that pod comes with. So that is one of the benefits of making your own speaker pods. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm super excited about bringing you the upgraded audio system for the Road King. So that'll be in our next video. And until that video does post, I hope to see you in the wind.